tunes on the go. We blue screened. I've narrowed down the issues. It is a graphics card issue that's causing these blue screens now. I have done as much as I can to limit or to exclude driver and software related things. It's really concerning me that I might need to RMA my graphics card and get a new one, which is a touch annoying, because if it's going to keep crashing, and if it can't be relied on, it needs to go, needs to change. Maybe then we jump on the beta if 5 accounts is going to cause chaos. It only happens now. I only get the blue screen of death when I'm multi-boxing 5 accounts. So something is not happy. Something is not happy. Does it blue screen when you're not streaming as well? Yeah. I've narrowed it down to it only now doing it. Only now does it when I've got all 5 accounts up and running at the same time. I can have a single account or any other single game up and running. And this is why it's a driver related thing. Or it could, worse is that the VRAM on the graphics card is dodgy. But the fact that it doesn't do it when I'm playing anything else or doing anything else makes me feel that it is still a driver related problem. But it's annoying. Annoying and mighty frustrating. New PC for Christmas. Well, it won't be a new PC in total. I'll just have to get my graphics card replaced. I mean, I only bought it 6 months ago. It's a 5080, so it's one within warranty. I can just get it exchanged, I would imagine. I was getting blue screens a couple of months ago. Turned out my external hard drive was the... I mean, there's loads of things that can cause it, but I've analysed bug reports and crash statements and all sorts of stuff. It's my graphics card that's doing it. It is the video scheduler driver that is just going and then crashing the entire computer. And like I said, it only happens when I have 5 accounts open running simultaneously. I can have one screen, one account, and I can absolutely hammer it. My graphics, like we can put all settings on max, single account. We can go to the hills, no problem. Graphics card sits at a chill 40 degrees. It's not a temperature thing. It's a driver thing, and it's just annoying. Okay. That has kind of thrown me out of the loop of what I was trying to do, though. I need to hunt down the last couple remaining herbing and mining nodes if I can. Do all 5 accounts play with the exact same in-game settings? I do have them all set up identically, just for ease of use, but they don't have to. We'll tinker on the beta for a bit then. It does mean that there is sound. Good. We got some sound. This is where actually having a stream PC separate would be a smart move. The problem is my old PC could probably run the stream separately, but it's just faff setting up the audio. The audio side of things makes it a real faff to have a separate stream PC. But then if my main PC blue screens, it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't kill the stream. I even have a 3070 in my old PC, so I really should pull my finger out and just fix that, but... Alright. Well, I got this dude on the beta to 90. I've ran around, done a bit of herbing and mining. I still actually haven't capped at the skill up points are kind of a bit funky on the beta still. Getting the professions even to 100, getting herbalism to 100 is kind of annoying because there's nothing that gives guaranteed skill points. It's only there's only a chance of a skill point on a bonus node, which is at level 70, still annoying. Whereas mining, I'm like 98 and, you know, in the same position. I also still need to find a few more of the treasures for herbing and mining. I think I found all but one herbalism ones. I'm missing one herbalism treasure. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to find the 8th. If I can find the 8th, then I can learn them all, because then I know I've got them all. Mining, on the other hand, I found, like, flipping none of them. I've only found 3 of the treasures for mining. It might be worth trying to hunt down some of these a little bit more. At least get the final herbalism one. Kachak was documenting a bunch of this. I wonder if he has all herbalism ones yet. Oh, I don't even have Discord open. Oh, I also, believe it or not, have a sneaky suspicion that Discord is part of the problem. Discord's overlay is doing stupid things with my PC, which is why I'm tempted while I stream to just have Discord actually closed. I have a sneaky suspicion that the overlay is part of the reason why it's crashing the graphics card, believe it or not. Where is Kachak's channel? Has he got herbalism? Oh, he's still missing 2. Oh, which ones is he? Let's cross-reference here. Is Kachak missing the ones I have, or vice versa? Not that I've tracked the location of them, but Kachak has found. Let's tick them off. Has he found leaf pruners? Yes. Has he found a spade? Oh, no. He's still missing a spade. Well, I've found the spade. I don't know where, though. Harvester's sickle? Harvester's sickle, yes. Hang on, I need to be finding the one that he has found that I haven't, then. Pruners, yes. Blooming bud, yes. Harvester's sickle, yes. Light bloom root. Light bloom root, I've got that one. Planting shovel. Got that one. Oh. Oh no, his list is also incomplete. Okay, there is still one unknown to find. Slog's over, 999 verse. Oh, go on. Good effort, man. Remix done. You want to boost me in a 49 key by chance? 999 verse. Now you can really play the game. Or quit, either or. My theory, if I've tracked this properly, is the final one I'm missing is a herbalism one in the Void Storm. So maybe I fly around the Void Storm a little bit to try and find this one. This week's necrotic, even 999 verse won't help you. Well, maybe good for next week then. Where beeth the portals? Take me to the Void Storm. One is it? No, not that one. This one. Yeah, I tried in Discord to turn off any sort of overlay kind of thing. But considering I think I've done that and I still blue screened a minute ago, I might actually go as far. Well, it's not really a solid test, is it, right now? Because I'm not multi-boxing. But later today, I might just try having Discord completely closed. Because I do have my suspicions that it's some sort of overlay that is causing my graphics card to have a heart attack when it tries to do it across 5 instances of something with the same exe. What is this? What are you? Purple Crest? Hello? Building the Void Forge. Tell me more. And considering how I may offer you great strength, my friend, I've come up with something, but I need your help building a proper Void Forge. My motives are still aligned with your cause for now. To begin, I will need 1 elementary Void Core. You'll be able to find shards from the more powerful foes you habitually encounter. Inflict your usual violence, return the shards, and I can weave them back into a true Void Core to serve as the Forge's foundation. Deliver elemental Void Core shards for Midnight Season 1 raid bosses, bountiful delves, and Mythic Plus dungeons to begin constructing the Void Forge. Interesting. Does the issue happen only on beta? No, because I'm only running 1 account on beta. I can run 1 version of it. Like I said, I've limited it down to when I'm multi-boxing at this point. So it's an issue with having 5 copies of the same game open simultaneously that the driver just has a heart attack at some point and crashes my whole PC. Transmutes the shards into an elemental void core to weave into the Void Forge. The Void Forge requires 6 elemental void cores for its completion. Current contribution 0. Gain access to the Void Forge, granting new ways to collect and upgrade powerful items in Midnight Season 1. So how is this different to the Catalyst then? Quest, I'm ready to begin. Sure. What are we beginning? Oh, it's give me one of this. Follow directions. Scatter bone dust. Excellent. Heat the blade with flames from the void thingy. Scatter bone dust. Its power grows. What next? Tell me more. Crystallized void, this thing? What's this one called? Void repository. Or dust. Excellent. Oh, was that a world quest? It was a world quest. Bloody tokens and adventure Dawncrest. Drums of the Renewed Bonds, 224. Adventure gear, adventure trinket. Yoink. What's an adventure Dawncrest? Used to upgrade adventurer equipment in Midnight Season 1 up to item levels 224 to 237. When used for crafting, sets the item of the resulting item to 230 to 233 based on quality. Oh. we use crests directly in crafting now? Oh. Tell me more, game. Tell me more. Did you try the good old DX11? Yeah. Please, I'm not going into detail. Like, I don't want to do a why my computer blue screen Q&A today. I appreciate people thinking and trying to help, but it's actually quite frustrating. I'm slowly figuring it out. I'll get it fixed soon. Ginny, how we doing? Welcome in. Welcome. This is going to be fun then. If we're going to use crests directly in crafting, or at least it's incentivizing people to consider the option. And that you can then maybe recraft using higher crests. I mean, sort of in theory you could do that anyway, couldn't you? But most people, because you were restricted by sparks more than anything, weren't you? So actually that doesn't really make all that much of a difference, although it's nice info to have. Does that now mean we have in the currency tab here crests somewhere? Adventure Dawn Crest 1. Repeatable outdoor events, tier 4 delves. Okay, we're starting to get a bit of a sneak peek then into how gear upgrades are changing in Midnight. Blizzard did say that they're changing stuff. Okay, so building the Void Forge, I should probably work on trying to do this. Well, I'm not going to be killing Season 1 raid bosses, am I? Bountiful Dells, on the other hand, I could be considered to do some on the beta. Need 6 elemental void cores. Yeah, no half sparks either. You just get a spark or you don't, and now you need 2 sparks to make a piece of gear. This is where squirrels are going to kick in so flipping hard. I'm meant to be out here hunting down some, or hunting a herbalism treasure. But we got squirreled pretty hard then. Didn't take long, did it? Need to keep my eyes open for treasures. Now, most of the time, I say most of the time because this is not always true, but most of the treasures tend to live in or around where, you know, players are. They tend to put them near the city sort of areas. Maybe we'll do a little bit of herbing and mining out here. I haven't found a single mining treasure out here, so we need to do some exploring. And any of these materials will be useful for leveling up our professions either way. I wonder when Gathermate's going to get an update. I'd absolutely love a Gathermate update right now, you know. So much so I might check. Not that I'm trying to use any add-ons at all on the beta, but if Gathermate's had an update, start getting a map of where materials are or planning of routes, that would be beautiful. 11.2. Oh. Oh god. Oh no. It's not even up to date with the current game of retail. Never mind up to date for Midnight. Okay. Is there a beta version? No. Okay. There's an 11.1 alpha version. I had this problem in the last expansion. There was actually... Oh god, I wish somebody would just make an add-on for me that does this. There I think I think I paid Mikey to do this one expansion. Gathering tracker? How's this any different? Oh, this is tracking what you actually do gather. I need any gathering tracking add-on that's updated for 12.0, and it doesn't look like Gatherer's not been updated since 7.3. Look, this is what's going to happen, right? Any add-on that's not up to date is just going to be dead on arrival. This is the scary thing, right? There are going to be so many add-ons that have absolutely nothing to do with combat that are going to get just nuked because they just won't work. Come 12.0, which is kind of scary. Stashed singularity supplies. That's a regular treasure, not a profession treasure. Let's do a bit of flying around. I probably only actually need to pick up the, what do you call them, the sparkly ones. They're the only ones that are going to give me skill points right now. My main focus is to scour the map and find these treasures. Wow, gathering nodes. I use this with roots and it can generate a route for you. It's good. I'm using this for a while now. Retail of course. Wow, gathering nodes. I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking for anything that works particularly with wow, gathering nodes. Has the ability to import herb and mine data into Carbonite. Is a data importer for Gathermate 2, Carbonite and Gatherer. Currently includes up-to-date data points for the following objects. Lumber? Been around a while, but not had an update for a while. This is what I want. I want to start generating maps of where all of the herbs and the ore are, as it will help build out routes. We're doing, Lady Daisy. Welcome in. Import herbs in oh, with okay, it syncs with Carbonite. I see, that's why. Yeah, I need one of these add-ons to do summon for 12.0 with the new nodes. But arguably it's still very early days. This ends up being the kind of stuff I just need to commission somebody to do it. Oh, go outside the map. You get chased, don't you? It also screams at you. Get chased by a bat, look. Gives me, who remembers Ski Free? Who's old enough to remember Ski Free? Like being chased by the Yeti in Ski Free. See you later, bat. Loser. No, go away! I'm safe now! No! No! That's not fair. I came back already. Ruined. Oh, for fuck's sake. Dying for everything died for science. Oh, for fuck's sake. Not my day, is it? Not my day for crashes. Working as intended. Welcome to beta. Oh, it's gone really wrong. Right, well, I guess that's time to grab a drink quickly. It is not a bug. It is by design. Yeah, it'd be nice relatively early in the beta to be able to start tracking where herb nodes and ore nodes and things are. Especially since I am most incentivized to do herbing and mining like now, because there's no cheat vendors. That I need the herbs, I need the ore, I need the moats, I need all of the materials to be able to tinker with the other professions. There's 3 treasures there. Now, there's natural treasures in the zones. It's the profession treasures I'm actually looking for. I've got to go get me corpse first, though. What's that? That's an ancient tablet that's not... Is that what this is? I need to get a little bit of gear on this dude as well. So for when I do have to pull things like this, it doesn't take flipping forever. I tell you what, early level 90 is so gross and slow. I mean, I'm item level 187 right now, which is just grim. Compared to the fact that you 2-tap things at level 80. Actually, whilst leveling this druid, I kind of got to the point where I needed to go flipping guardian just to survive, which was kind of wild. I also can't quite get over the fact that farming on beta is something I need to do. But if we are going to be able to put any sort of testing in place for any of the other professions, because I'm certainly at this point not going to rely on Blizzard turning up and adding cheat vendors. I can't possibly imagine that they won't. But the fact we went the entire alpha and we're now in the beta and we still don't have cheat vendors, I'm like, well, I can't hang around forever. Oh, I was hoping I could tap that without aggroing you. Apparently not. Is it just me? The nodes got smaller? Well, I am on a druid this time rather than a goblin, and I'm zoomed out. But I don't know if they're physically any smaller, but they're they seem slightly more sensible. The real issue right now is, like, without gear, the The time it takes me to kill flipping anything to mine one node is actually gross. Which is why, basically, if I have to take aggro to pick something up, I don't pick it up. We move on. And like I said, predominantly I'm actually looking for the treasures, but... we should also probably overload on some of these things. Overload pulls you in, gives you a portal. Overloading on a void node. This has been a bit glitchy and a bit buggy up to date. Sometimes it sends you somewhere, sometimes it just sends you straight back to where you started. Is it going to put me in a random place? Or is it just going to port me back? It's trying to put me in Mr. Pandaria, which is interesting. It's put me in... Oh, okay. Now we're back. It put me in mop for about 4 seconds and now it ported me back. Okay. That feels weird. It's meant to put you at a node somewhere nearby. Oh, is this just a... Oh, this is just a regular treasure again. Leak found. We're going to be doing stuff in Pandaria again. Yeah, I don't know if it's just because of the proximity of this zone on the actual bigger map. I don't know if it, like, I don't know if the physical location in game of the void zone is actually close to Pandaria, which is why that happens. But yes, it is weird. Need to try and just fly around areas of life which might have a treasure lurking nearby. See if it happens. See what happens when we do. Oh, it's working as intended on the ore. Okay. Doing it on the ore gave you little things to collect that got sucky-suckied in. And getting sucky-suckied in gave you more motes. Did you hear that Ashes of Creation goes on Steam in early access next month, actually? I'm following the game for years now. I want it to succeed, but the game is not ready for early access. It's going to get review bombed to the ground, but ahead of the project they said they know and they don't care. So they need the feedback and want more people to try out the game. I saw some people wildly sort of very emotional about it going on Steam, and I couldn't, without looking in great detail, figure out why. What is so bad about it going on Steam rather than them self-publishing it? I'm not sure I understand. I can, surely if you're going to release a game in early access, Steam is the PC gaming platform. Like, Is it a gatekeepy thing? Is it that people want it to be kept like niche and special or something? What's going on? I don't understand. Half digested viscera. How and where are you? Is there a cave round here? Reviews, I'm guessing. Who cares about the reviews on an early access game? I mean, there's enough people out there that already know what Ashes of Creation is to, like, make their own mind up, right? I don't know. People getting offended on behalf of other... Is this another one of those stupid scenarios where people are getting offended on behalf of other people? Oh, well, other people might see negative reviews and then not play the game and the game won't be successful. I don't know. I don't understand. I can't understand how launching on Steam can be a bad thing. Like I said, I could be missing something, but I genuinely don't understand. I mean, the game's been in development for flipping years at this point, right? Surely it should, like, surely they should... There has to come a point, right, where they can't funnel more money into this game. Otherwise, it's going to be a Star Citizen situation all over again. Oh my god, I died. Surely they're going to have to get people playing this game and get it in the hands of some people and start churning some revenue, otherwise... I don't care if it's being privately funded by a billionaire. There's gonna come a point where it's somebody's gonna want to make some money out of it, surely. Can't go on like that forever. Trash has 8.4 billion health? In a 49 key? Spicy. I've not paid huge amounts of attention to Ashes of Creation, but I think it is something that is worth paying attention to. Ha! I looted a willy. It's a willy dog. Chat, do you want to see my willy? It's a small willy. Thanks. It's black though. Okay. He's a bit cute, mind. Can I cage my willy? Ah! No, not cageable. Ah. It's like throwing your willy down a cave. Oh dear. Okay, enough of the jokes. I wonder sometimes if Blizzard knows what they're doing with this sort of stuff. %, they know. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Oh, I'm gonna get eaten by a bat. This does fit the uppy downiness of this zone is definitely going to make it feel weird to the farm. What happened there? Unquestionably strong. Now can I pull the sword out the stone? Hey, extinguished Excalibur. I hate when you click on a thing that it just doesn't take you to the appearance. It's a sword. Oh, fuck it, I don't care. Gotta be a treasure around here somewhere. This feels real treasury, doesn't it? Oh, I need some points in flipping. I need some points in mining whilst mounted. I also found out the other day, weirdly, the weekly quantity of knowledge points you get is different between herbing and mining. You get 5 basic ones, which are worth 1 point each, but the epic mining one is worth 3 knowledge points. The epic herbalism one is worth 4 points. Is that the same in retail as it is today, or is that just somebody's done a typo when making the item? I haven't used them yet because I wanted to keep them in my bags for reference. But thought it weird. I do negative DPS though. I'm literally a Z DPS build right now. All that for 2 copper. What are you? Void Hoarder's corpse? You gonna let me just stroll in and pick it up? Stormarian core? Okay, I don't know what those are. But I've got 10 of them. Is that for this mini event thing? Oh, I think it is for this mini event. Deploy defenses for the next assault, 1 minute 42. Is this up and running? Can we do something with this? Oh, I'm level 90 now. I can probably do this, can't I? What do you want? Eliminate 2 rare creatures, get 10 more cores. Cracked core increases the movement speed of the caster by 20% for 2 minutes. Explosives increase damage with a beam thing. So I need to farm these cores to spend these cores. Oh shit, okay. Spend 10 cores to deploy a black eye at this location. Designed for hard-hitting, pinpoint accurate against single targets. Low rate of fire can be problematic, but it's immune to all enemy attacks. Go. Is it now meant to help pew this? Oh, it is, look. Okay. So that just chills there now and kills things. or helps kill things. Oh, it does look. Oh, it does like 30% damage to these dudes. Okay. Wave has started. Oh, those Donnies are just strolling in, look. Okay. Well, the defensive... My one defensive isn't going to last very long here, is it? It looks like we're going to be toast before you know it. Is the Convoke on Druids? Yes. Yes. I have Convoke. Oh my gold. Don't die. What's under this? Is this a heal? Okay, my one place defense didn't really do a lot, did it? Prevent the singularity anchor from reaching 0. I feel I should get these quests, whatever they are.
Walk your own path. There is strength in shadow.
Don't know what these are so far, but I think I need them. What are you saying? Hidey hole. Use the anomaly inverter to collapse 5 hidey holes. Creating, follow the steps and deploy 2 defenses. Oh, I wish I had that quest a minute ago. I've just done that. Alright, something going on in here. Where are you? Give me one of you. One. Have you checked out if there's any guild permissions controls for neighborhoods yet? Not since I last looked at it on stream with Bear, no. What's this thing? Rare creatures. Additional defenses. Build additional defenses. Hard to pay attention to what's going on when you're getting absolutely slammed in the face. What's this thing? You have no cause. I'm being pretty useless, to be honest, at the moment with this. Going on in there. Why is a key of fused darkness? Oh, flipping now. Okay, we've collapsed that hidey hole. Any more hidey holes? I think I'm just dragging mobs to this thing rather than getting them out of the way. I don't think I'm helping much here. Drive them back. The singularity anchor is taking damage. I am trying. But I do negative damage. Stupid no gear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Somebody's done some bits over there. Is that just another... There's a hidey hole to collapse. Which zone do I like the most? Gonna be honest, I like Eversong Woods most so far. There's a sense of nostalgia about it, more so than anything else though. It's yeah, the nostalgia kick of it being remade is kind of cool. But I'm going to be honest, I haven't really explored them enough in great detail yet. Or I've done the campaign, I've leveled a dude to 90, but I don't really feel as if I've given each zone a good go. Ow, this hurts. Eight, 7, 6. I didn't actually deploy any defenses because I haven't got any stuff. Prevent it from reaching 0. Wave 3. I don't think we're going to prevent this from hitting 0, are we? I think we're cooked. Especially since my attacks don't really seem to aggro these dudes. They just stroll in and GG. This would be a good one to test with a whole bunch of people. I don't think really there's much design for you to do this solo. The event has been lost. Do we get anything even for losing? There is a chest here, look. Do we get a token for our efforts? Oh, a cracked core. Unique 50. Storm cores and coffer key shards. Well, maybe I guess in between the events you can farm up these cores then maybe? So that when an event happens you can use them. I guess. So you might spend a bit of time here. It might be a clever way for you to do something when the event is not on. Collect your cores so that you can be more useful when the event actually does pop. There's always that weird thing with the events in the game that you tend to not really care about the event at all when the event's not on. So maybe this is a clever way for you to care about the event when it's not on. Maybe kill these big rare dudes possibly. Was his name? Oh, I thought his name was like Asslick then. Abyss Slick. 3 point summon mill though. I'm probably not soloing this dude, am I? Not quickly at least. Yeah, not soloing this fella. We haven't even taken 1% off him yet. How about no? Yeah, it does feel as if it's sort of very much theatre-esque. Do a thing on the hour, protect the zone sort of thing. It'll be one of those where understanding the reason for doing it is half the issue. I know it seems odd to say in this game that there needs to be a reason for you to do stuff, but there does kind of need to be a reason for you to do stuff. Because then, like, anybody plays this game for fun. What's going on here? Oh. Void condenser. Destroyed. Maybe if we do some of the quests in the zone, it might open up more of an understanding. Anybody explain why with Verse reducing damage by 146% I still take damage? Well, the easiest way to describe this is to point out that damage reduction, it's a simple maths equation. So when you go into a high mythic plus key, for example, the mobs might be doing 300% damage. So your 146% reduction is 300 minus 146, giving you 164 or whatever the maths is on that, is actually the percentage of damage that you then take. So you can have greater than 100. I know it seems counteractive to think that I got suckered by this. Yes, taking a reduced amount over 100% does still cause you to take damage because it's taking it off the multiplier that the boss does in the first place. The mobs do in the first place. So hence why, even with 999 Verse, you do still take damage in the higher keys. You might be doing like 500% reduced damage, but when the mobs are doing like 3000% more damage, you're only taking a percentage of that still. Maybe then let's just get this quest done. We need to kill some of you for some reason. If I could get some actual semi-decent gear on this dude, it would make this process much easier. Might go run some and test some delves, just as a way to get some quick and easy level 90 gear. Assuming that reasonable tier delves are not too gross to do. Ooh, condensed void shards. What did I need these for? Quest item. I'm going to assume I need a bunch of them. Oh, was that the thing to make the void core? You are probably right. It's probably not tracking very well. Was it this one? No. Let's just do things. keep doing things, do more things, stuff will start to explain itself. Oh, hello. Level 100 mining. So that's now 100 skill from 100 default skill. We do not have profession tools or accessories in here yet. Now, it doesn't show the difficulty needed, but it shows that we have 105 total skill. I am still yet to get high quality materials, but herbalism does show at 120. So I'm going to assume basic ore is about the same. Once you reach 120 skill, you start getting high quality stuff. So if I was to spend some mining knowledge points, we could push our skill past 120. This is kind of also why I might need a couple of herbalists, a couple of miners, maybe even a couple of skinners, in order to be able to try out different spec routes and see. Well, for starters, just to test the different spec routes. Test to see if, you know, getting more charges of overload is worth it or not. And in skinning, test, like, there's going to be, there's some different routes in skinning. None of this can even be tested when we get cheat vendors, let's not forget. So this is why actually spending some time doing some farming related stuff is actually kind of quite valuable, because there's no other way to. You can't cheat your way to success with farming, unfortunately. Just got to do it. Is there profession knowledge gain again coming from Renown? Yes. It's also quicker and easier. It's at like Renown 6 or something, I think. It's much quicker and easier this time. Just doing the campaign, I've got Renown high enough to buy some of those. Yeah, that mob placement. Yeah, it's clear as day that there's you're meant to aggro these sorts of stuff. What are you? Oceanic Vortex? Is this a fishing node? Void fishing, look. Void hole fishing. Rotten meat. Whole lot of nothing. I haven't got fishing level even trained on this dude, so I'm not getting skill points or anything. Which equally is probably why I don't get fish. I have not found a single Dark Moon card, though. That's a good point. That said, Mrs. Kachak has apparently found a bunch of them without having inscription. So it's a credible source to confirm that we are going to be able to find Dark Moon cards just in the wild again without being a scribe. Which is nice. It doesn't answer the question, though, of how rare are they going to be. Is it going to be like back in the day where, you know, you'd spend 1,000 gold on a Dark Moon card because... Oh, wait, what? But, you know, because they were actually rare? Or are we going to have another War Within situation where they're basically vendor value within 5 minutes? Yeah, I've leveled all the way up to 90 doing the campaign and a bunch of questing and never found a single one, so it still makes me think that in some regards they're quite rare. Mrs. Kachak could have just been a little bit lucky to get 3 on her travels. I didn't need to kill this dude. Oh, fuck off. Get me out of combat. Too weak source for all this combat business. I've only done a couple of the delves. I've certainly not tried testing all of the delves. I went into a delve. Can't remember which one it was, unfortunately. I went into a delve the other day, and the game completely locked me out. It was completely busted. So they still feel broken. Very early beta for the delves, it feels. What are you? Activate defense positions. Oh, clever. Oh. Defense is deployed at each position. Okay, there's that quest done. You're gonna give me back some of me points I had to spend on doing that?
Our people represent a new future. Our people
Oh,
do not
it
fear
cost me 20 and it
shadows.
gave me 10 back. Lovely.
Do not fear power.
Oh, but now it gave me 30. We can live with that then. Okay, so doing those quests, doing those intro quests have given me 50. Which would help with the next assault thing. Void condensers destroyed. Let's go do whatever that is. Yeah, at the moment for me, the beta is just really about getting some playtime in on it. You got to kind of get the lay of the land before you can sort of really figure out exactly what and where you want to spend a lot of your time, like figuring things out. These like side mini event things are kind of quite fun to like try and figure out and work out and test. But at the moment, it's going to be difficult because you're often going to be the only one doing it. Which is not really by design. These are meant to be group activities. But already things like the, what do you call it? The abundance caves have been quite interesting. The vendor for the abundance has material bags that you can buy with the currency from there. So that might be a nice passive way for people to get some mats to throw on the auction house, maybe. Aggro you accidentally anyway. Also, knowledge point books are available for herbalism, mining, skinning, and enchanting from the abundance vendor. So your gatherers are going to want to do some of that at least. Alt army potential. Very difficult to sort of decide that right now. But if it ends up being a system kind of like Awakening the Machine that can be done in like 5 minutes but gives you, you know, 10,000 gold worth of stuff every week, then yeah, maybe. But it would have to be very low effort, limited to like once or twice a week kind of thing. Kind of why things like the soup has been good in the past, because you only needed to do it once a week, but there was a low drop chance of you getting the food embellishment back in the day, which made it worthwhile. You know, for it to be an alt army candidate thing, it needs to be very low effort, but restricted to being only, you know, that can probably only be done once a week, with then something that's lucrative enough to make it worth doing. Looking at the customizable mounts that China got versus our anniversary mod set just feels like Blizzard shat on our plate and told us it's dinner. Well, that's one way to put it. What's the customizable mount that China got? I've not looked at the news, honestly. Like, I know it's Monday and it's usually what we do on a Monday, but my plans have all been a little bit up in the air. I was planning on spending most of the day leveling my alts in Remix, but that didn't happen, did it? So more oceanic vortex. I should probably go learn fishing on this dude. They made a trailer for the mounts? Jesus. Knew Dan would be on it. Chinese version of World of Warcraft introduced new customizable Panther mount. It launched with a fully animated anime-style trailer for the mount. Looks awesome. Part of their Treasures of Azeroth event starts November the 18th. Features 2 customizable tech-themed Panther mounts with unique parts you can swap. The hell? Damn. That's a techie Panther. Got engineering wrote all over it. Do the secret fish goggles work? I haven't unlocked them. That was another one of those things I always planned to do but never did. Okay. Trying to get in all the bonuses.
Baladash Malinore. The void offers endless possibilities. The whispers do not control me.
Collect tools.
Shorella Ra.
This just looks like some of the regular zone side quests. Complete 3 world quests in the Void Storm to unlock. Gives us a veteran cache. Fabled veteran cache. Oh. I should do these, shouldn't I? Because these are easy bits of gear. Weekly cache containing materials for upgrading gear, gold, and more. The first 2 weekly caches you earn each week contains a piece of veteran gear. Yeah, I should probably then do a couple of world quests, shouldn't I? There's a bountiful delve out here. Do have a key. Do a bountiful delve. I'm trying very hard to keep on track, but you know, this is what I mean about the start of a new expansion. There are so many squirrels aplenty that you can quite quickly start to understand why professions end up not being very high of a priority to most people. Hence why there's a nice premium on literally everything at the beginning of an expansion. Because most people 100% cannot be bothered. And in some cases will proactively choose to do nearly anything else other than tinker with professions. Oh my god, my DPS is like actually backwards. Druid privileges. Fly in, fly out. Oh, you a treasure? Oh, you're just a regular treasure. What's my terrible 187. I'm all in like leveling greens right now and not even up to date ones. My gear actually couldn't be worse. That's why I'm in Guardian spec, so I don't die. Boomkin, I end up dying all the time because I just can't kill things fast enough. Kind of silly, I know, but I also the fact that I'm doing all of this on a druid as well is kind of unnatural to me. I should be doing all of this on my main hunter, to be honest, but this just was the character I leveled to 90 first. Druids are so overpowered for herbing and mining that it seems silly to do it on any character other than a druid. Singularity forceps. Okay, what else do we need? At least we're slowly collating a bunch of materials anyway. I mean, all of these basic, I mean, my ore to begin with probably is just going to get dumped into jewel crafting. Test that first. That's my... It's the profession that holds the highest priority for me because it's my main character's main profession. Without cheat vendors to test professions properly, there's I'm gonna have to be choosy. I'm unfortunately not going to be able to fully test everything if there's no cheat vendors. They've also fixed prospecting, so it now takes 5 pieces of ore to prospect, which was fully expected, but it now makes testing without cheat vendors even more difficult. I mean, even 1 stack of ore is not going to get me that many prospects for gems and stuff. If I continue to do negative DPS, even doing questing is going to be quite slow at the moment. I need to kill one more thing for this quest. Can I tag you if we're... Probably be a stall mount for us. They've done that before. Yeah, I think if they do something customizable mechy style panthers for China, and if they then make us for an anniversary event, make us buy something, I can see that going down like a lead balloon.
We fight.
You saw this and didn't think to report it. I don't see anything wrong with this at all.
Power is to be wielded.
I see nothing wrong with this.
I didn't seek this life.
Hammer, meet anvil.
The Rendorai survive.
Advert the singularity collapse. We get a bunch of cores for doing this.
Death to the
Piece of
shadow.
leveling gear. Oh, prepare your defenses. Light barrier. Borrow a core to deploy. Yep, sure. Go. A black eye. Another black eye. And then a shock pylon. Area of effect weapon that deals damage while slowing and weakening all enemies that pass through its field. The pylon itself is immune to attacks. This is quite clever. This is sort of then probably training you how this little event is meant to work, which I like. Put your big wall defense at the back, your pew pew lasers on the side, and then your slow down shock turret. Nice little intro to tower defense. Begin the stabilization. No, there's no cheat vendors on the beta right now, which is making it challenging. Which is why we're spending these early days doing some sort of world content, some gathering, some understanding the farming side of stuff. Because it's not very optimal to be trying to spend much time doing the professions right now. Hopefully our day will come where they give us unlock the cheat vendors. When they start doing like Mythic Plus testing and raid testing, I imagine that's when they'll open up the cheat vendors. They usually put it on a completely separate realm. So you have like a max level cheat realm. And keep the, should we call them the leveling or more true experience realms untainted with cheat vendors. That might come in a few weeks. Okay, we're just getting the bar to 100 here. 69. I mean, in theory, could I stand here and do absolutely nothing and let all these defenses just do it? Or do I not get any points by doing that? They're getting slowed, look. Then they're getting pew-pewed. Yeah, I ain't getting nothing for doing that. Just keep spamming buttons then. Demix leveling the alts to 20. I think Goldson's leveling his alts to 20 because then they can go into the raid. You need to get them from 10 to 20 before they can go in the raid. Be my guess.
What have you seen? The Rendurai survive. Death.
What item level did we actually get those shoulders at? 201. Yoink. Upgrades and upgrades. Up to 100 cores now. Yeah, okay, I should have probably done some of these starter intro quests before we did that first event, but the event seems to be timed, so... Next assault in 16 minutes. In that case, maybe we bang out a couple of world quests. Ooh, very zoomed in. Back it up, son. Shred Claws, pack leaders slain. Right, kill stuff. This is also the kind of area where I would imagine they'll slam a treasure or something in there, surely. There doesn't seem to be anything to kill. How about you? My ult's at the Stormheim rare triangle all the way to 80. I'm quite strongly advising people don't do open world boosts for their ults. I'm hearing way too many people getting their accounts banned because people are just reporting them. I would very, very strongly act with caution doing any open world boosts. I mean, it's your account, you do as you please, but I'm not doing any. Oh, I didn't get any tracking for that. Maybe they weren't the right mobs. These are definitely two. We've got two dudes with broken English threatening mass reports because of quote-unquote stealing their boost spot. Yeah, I'm not messing with any of that. I ain't messing with none of that. Oh, I'm dead. Why my ults are being leveled via dungeons in a 5-man. I'm not risking having my accounts banned. I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where if I did get my accounts banned, I'd have a much better chance of having them unbanned. But yeah, I have no intention of playing with fire. Oh, there we go. We are now actually getting credit for this world quest finally. You seen any camouflage nodes yet? I've not tried, actually. Was it True Sight Vial or something? This wasn't a character copy. This was a newly created character, so I didn't bring anything over. But I could probably transfer a character over with some True Sight Vials. I can't imagine they will work, because they'll be coded to work with specific nodes. But you never know. I haven't seen an equivalent potion either, by the way. There is a food buff that herb miners use to increase your finesse, deafness, or perception, whichever you choose. Haven't crafted or tested those either yet.
Universe is full of
I'm somewhat still trying to find all the treasures for herbing and mining until I've got these. I need one more herbing one. I know there's 8 of them. I found 7. Those kind of players will report you from a bunch of accounts and then good luck getting in contact with the real GM. All you get is ChatGPT replies. Yeah, well, I've already heard multiple reports of people getting their accounts banned via boosting alts for within Remix, so I would not be doing any of it in the open world. I mean, I'm old school enough to have seen this 10 times around, right? Like, any form of multi-boxing out in the open world, any form of boosting out in the open world is putting your account at some element of risk, because there's unscrupulous characters that will just report your character just because you're stealing their spot, you know? It's not worth the... Take a slower, take a more methodical approach, but take a safer one. Still only getting like 1 herb, even on one of these shiny ones. Some of the nodes in herbalism, in the herbalism spec tree, are for increasing the maximum, but also lifting the floor on the amount that you get, and they're feeling very much needed. I'm still only, I haven't even unlocked all the trees in herbalism yet, but where is it? Yeah, here, look. Bountiful harvests. Your maximum possible yield whilst gathering herbs is increased by 1. And then the top node in this is your minimum yield is increased by 1. So this makes me think that you have a like a 1 to 3 chance. You know, it's probably 1 to 3 by default, which increases the maximum up to 4. So 1 to 4, and then eventually it goes like 2 to 4 by the time you got full 40 points in here, which is making the quantity of herbs you pick up without putting points in here like literally 1, bare minimum. Almost never getting more than a single herb. And I would go as far as to guess then when you spec into the individual herbs, there's something similar in here as well. I mean, Finesse has a chance to give you additional Tranquility Bloom. Finesse is a proc on top of the default. This is benefiting your default. Your senses are now keen enough to notice Nocturnal Lotus where you may not have otherwise, allowing you to find it more often alongside Tranquility Bloom. On the beta so far, I have not found a single Nocturnal Lotus, actually. Thinking about it. Yeah, I have not found a single one. No. Could actually be rare this time. Well, the thing is it will only be for as long as it takes people to put points in the nodes. The thing I am quite aware of, and it's why I want to test a few herba miners this time round, is that overloading tree is probably going to be where the money is. The likelihood is the overload tree is where your money will come from, because getting as many of them of the moats as possible is this is where the money is. I'm almost convinced of it so far. This will be where the money's at. And if this is where the money's at, then people will put points in this tree, and then people won't be putting as many points in this tree. And so I want to maybe level a couple of characters, seeing, you know, the potency of speccing in, like, fully in either direction. Did Puppy Cam not work this time round? Or am I just not paying attention to chat? It was working earlier. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me since the blue screen whether that's gone chaotic as well. There is actually also one slight possibility that something like my USB webcam could also be something to do with my blue screens. I don't know. Learn how to better gather the specifically attuned herbs of the Midnight region, gaining +1 skill per point in the spec when gathering them. So this is skill on the shiny nodes only. Bountiful Harvests is +1 skill on everything. So even if you are trying to spec heavily in one area or another, you're still going to want 40 points in here pretty much without question. Depends how many knowledge points we get each week at the beginning. I redeemed a puppy cam earlier and it didn't work. Didn't mention it because it's cheap to redeem and you were in the middle of something. Oh. Why wouldn't that be working? I don't know. I wish I could get rid of these tech issues. Tech issues are the bane of my life. I should keep things more simplistic. Confirm blue screen from camera. I don't know. I've thought for a while it could be my Stream Deck causing something as well, because as software goes, the Stream Deck software is probably quite impactful on other things. Hello? Where? Jesus. I need to stop talking. Study an element in depth. Broaden your studies to a second magical element. That's another sub-spec. Overload cooldown reducing. Overload cooldown reducing. An additional charge of overload. Light fused, wild, primal, voidbound. On unlocking, your attunement to the rift allows you to choose to stabilize yourself after being warped to a new location, preventing you from being sent back. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So when we overloaded on a voidbound node, and it pinged us to Pandaria. And then we were there for about 4 seconds before it pinged us back. After you have unlocked this node, that stops happening. I can imagine people who have slow load time might not ever see the zone they get ported to. If your load speed is too slow, it might be porting you back before you even get to see it. That's funny. If it's on some sort of timer before it automatically sends you back. You'd hope it would be a client-side timer, not a server-side one, but yeah. Anyway, you can prevent the auto port back from happening. The amount of overload cooldown refunded by gathering voidbound herbs is increased by a large amount. Okay. So this is going to be the thing, right? If there ends up being one moat that's substantially more in demand than the others, you're going to be able to choose to spec into it and then live in that zone and get more of them. Which I somewhat suspect is going to be a thing. You are able to control the cosmic energies to a certain extent, causing more herb chunks to come into being upon overloading a void-bound herb. Roughly translating to, you get more motes. Okay. Gen 5 NVMe disk and turn off your add-ons. Yeah. What does that even mean? Basically doing tech computer stuff to make your load times as fast as possible. Are they the same across most of these? Gathering a primal herb will grant an additional point of vigor. You can attune with primal herbs on a deeper level, allowing you to transfer an additional 20% of your health to them. We haven't spent much time out in the zone where you get primal stuff. That's Haranir. Wild ones. Less lashes will appear when gathering wild herbs, but the amount of reagents they grant is increased. Oh yeah, wild ones in Zulaman spawn mobs, which you're going to have to kill. Meaning your herba miner dude is going to want to have some gear to be able to kill them quickly and effectively and move on. You're farming the wild motes. So less lashes to kill, but they give you more stuff. The duration of wild perception is doubled. Oh, does it then give you a buff after you've looted it, maybe? The light fused ones come one with the radiant heat, turning the radiant damage when gathering a light fused herb into a radiant heal. Oh yeah, this can be really annoying until you unlock this node, because you then take a big old dot. You're on a DPS. If your druid's not in Guardian spec, you only need to hit 2 nodes and that dot can kill you without you noticing. So turn the dot into a heal instead, countering that negative. And then eventually, when you overload a light fused herb, more motes of light will be released for you to catch. Also known as just get more. Okay, cool. So unlocking each of these is countering the negative aspect of each of these speciality nodes. And then when you put a full 40 points in it, you just get more. Okay. That's pretty straightforward. Removed the Winds of Mysterious Wisdom from 1127 announcement. Wait, what? Hang on. What are they doing this time? Patch 1127 announcement has been updated and removes any mention of the Winds of Mysterious Fortune. Whoops. So it was there. Original, new image. They've just taken it out. They're like, nah. Turbulent Time Waves much more, considering Turbulent Time Waves was also listed, Legion Remix is ongoing, and the 21st anniversary event. Leveling is already very quick. It was interesting to see another leveling event, the Winds of Mysterious Fortune. With this being changed with no announcement, this has left some confused. This isn't the first time. As in a couple of weeks ago, Blizzard deleted a blue post on Legion Remix artifact appearances, leaving players very confused as to which artifact appearances are available. It's now unclear or not whether the Winds of Mysterious Fortune will be coming to patch 1127, and we'll have to wait till December the 2nd to find out. It's not a big loss, is it? If they sliced out player housing, I'd pay more attention. I mean, I don't think anybody cares too much if that's not a thing. It does make me wonder what the flipping hell's going on indoors, though. The left hand isn't talking to the right hand at Blizzard right now. Like, really clearly, really obviously. Some serious miscommunications going on a lot. Either it's miscommunications, or they're so in crunch mode almost permanently now that they're just getting to the point where they're like, we cannot do this, we have to cut something. Whereas we were kind of hoping that going into Dragonflight and the War Within, they were kind of, you know, there'd be that transition period where this every 8 weeks there's got to be something mode. Would take some time to getting used to, but we were kind of hoping that they were getting used to it and then smoothing it out. Whereas I do have to agree, it does kind of feel more chaotic than ever right now. Culturian profession buff +5 to all professions. No, +3 or maybe even +2. The dedicated, so like Blood Elf gets +5 for enchanting, for example. The dedicated profession ones are +5 buff. The Culturian one's basically just a straight ignore. You either do it properly and get the big buff, and if the profession doesn't have a big buff, then just ignore it. Pick something else. There are 2 big holidays between now and the expansion launch as well, AS Beta and pre-patch happening during said holidays. Crunch is probably an understatement. Yeah, it's not, I have sympathy in that regards. I can imagine it is not fun working at Blizzard Entertainment right now, with absolutely everything happening on top of, you know, Q4. Festive periods, Christmas. Blizzard are very well known for taking 2 weeks off over Christmas. Which can probably isn't happening this year. They often go away for Christmas, come back, you know, first couple of days in January and get going again. That's probably not that, or they're going to be running on absolutely skeleton crew, which means you know, they'll be running on fumes. So maybe it is simply a case of, right, look, something's got to go. Something's got to go. Botany I haven't even unlocked yet, never mind looked at. Focus on the sciences of the plants found in Midnight Region and how to gather them effectively. Gaining +1 finesse per point in the spec whilst gathering herbs. Oh, so maybe this goes to countering what feels like basically no herb gathering almost ever. You also replenish 1 vigor and some deafness whilst gathering the herbs. So how many points are in here? 40. So 40 finesse possible from here. This is just lots of secondary stats. Learn how to gather midnight herbs whilst mounted. Well, druid privilege. Druids are still going to want to put points in botany though, because bonus stats is bonus stats, you know? Yeah, the dog needs to go out for a pee. I'll take her out in a minute. Mulching. Does mulching feel as if it's going to have too much value this time round? Make magical mulch. Imbued mulch. Empowered mulch. Empowered mulch gives the guaranteed... I looked at this in the alpha. I wonder if it's still the same. Where's it gone? It takes 20 tranquility bloom though. Guaranteed high quality herbs on your next gathered herb on a 1 hour cooldown. This has the potential, and I worry that this will just be dead on arrival. This has the potential to be really impactful, but only if high quality herbs are difficult to get. I worryingly feel that instead of trying to do empowered mulch, your better route is, instead of putting points into doing empowered mulch, which is on a 1 hour cooldown, you quite simply just put points into bountiful harvest, which will push your skill past the limit to where you just find high quality herbs by default. It doesn't feel that... Well, let me put it this way. The recipe reagent difficulties being 120 feel very, very low for me to have any confidence that high quality herbs are going to have much value or much of a premium. Outside of maybe the first few days or the first week or maybe 2. This number seems way low. And this is a drawback of having only 2 qualities, that they can't pace out you getting the highest quality stuff anymore with gathering. They have this number too low, then people can just brute force high quality herbs, because even as soon as you've reached 120 skill, which let's not forget is 100 from up here, and then a basic set of profession tools and accessories, you'll have 120. So you won't have to do anything other than level this and buy some green tools off the auction house, and you'll be finding high quality herbs. When you are then finding high quality herbs, it can be brute forced to the point where people can just herb mine, you know, just do more and they'll get high quality herbs. And as people put yet more points in this and far surpass it, then they'll be getting high quality herbs more and more and more and more and more. I'm not convinced that high quality herbs or ore are going to have that much of a premium for very long. Especially considering I think that most people will spend their time herbing and mining, not really thinking about the herbs or the ore, focusing far more on getting more moats, because this is where the money's going to be. Let me take the doggo for a pee, because otherwise she's going to lie there whinging for an hour and a day. Give me 2 minutes, boys and girls. It might give me a little bit more than 2 minutes, because I have 3 dogs and they're all going to want to pee. But I'll take a break for a couple of minutes. It's good for me to stretch my legs and stand up. Anyway, I'll be back in 2, and then we'll investigate more. Okay. Oh, it's absolutely freezing outside. It's cold as balls, but it's a beautiful day outside. Clear sky, sun's out, sun's nice and warm. Still like -4 degrees though. Woo! Good day to sit inside and play video games, eh? Dan made another tweet. Mr. GM on the tweets today, is he? Is he doing many a tweets? Also getting a flying mount with the ability to repair and mail through some attached whelplings that fly alongside you. Oh my god. Repair and mail. Damn. Well, expect the world to explode on that one. Yeah, expect the world to go mad on that one. That's fun times. You can see light outside your window behind the curtain. Yeah, it is there's actually sun, believe it or not. Yeah, you get to fly on the back of Deathwing with 2 whelps that repair and mail. Oh, GG China. GG China. Anyway, where did we get to? We were still tinkering, we were still doing stuff, weren't we? I was theorising what was going to happen with herbalism and mining, but... we need to get some world quests done. I wonder if it's I should probably somewhat focus my efforts on one character to just do all of the stuff on the map in each of the zones. I'm wondering though if I want to be doing that on my main hunter rather than on some random ass druid that I don't really care about. Asked to get another character that's both leveled and slightly better geared for testing. I don't even know if that makes sense. I'm significantly more comfortable playing on a hunter, but doing a bunch of stuff, that's the thing. Not as good as the Bruto though. Well, true that. There's no auction house on it, but cool looking mount all the same. Six of 8, 1 of 8, or 1 of 2, 1 of 2 pack leader. You look like a pack leader, yes. Get ruined. See, when we just run one account, I mean, this is famous last words. This is absolutely cursing it now. But when I just run one account, one client, I have no computer-related issues. Definitely something weird happening when I run the multi-box setup. It's causing these blue screens. And in a way, it has to be, like, if it's intermittent when you're doing one thing and not another, it has to be more software based rather than hardware. If the graphics card was actually fooked, then it would do it randomly regardless. Is the only I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if I'd rather it be a hardware thing, because if it's a hardware thing, I just give it back to NVIDIA and they give me a new one. I don't know. Ooh, 220 shoulders. Take those. Even adventure gear. This is the thing that's really fun at the start of a season, start of a patch, or even start of an expansion. Even dog shit gear looks good. Even dog shit gear looks good. Yeah, this is beta. We're on the beta right now. We're testing some... Well, I've leveled this dude to 90. This character's primarily focused on herbing and mining. But part of that is spending a lot of time in each of the zones, so I'm also kind of chipping away doing a bunch of quests and stuff as well. Complete 3 world quests over here. I need to do 2 more world quests over here. Is this the Abundant Cave? The Abundance Cave is over here. Wonder if the Abundance Cave in this zone works better than the other one. We try.
Ideal in the most exotic goods.
So this abundance system as well is going to be where you get some knowledge points for skinning, enchanting, herbalism, and mining. You are going to need some moxie to buy it, and you're going to need some unalloyed abundance. I did put some screenshots of this in the Discord the other day. But yeah, this abundance system is something you're going to want to pay attention to for some knowledge points. Plus, wild bag of skinning, pouch of mystic grindings, filled with enchanting materials, and a pouch of sprouted clippings, and a bag of cracked orbits. So you're able to turn this unalloyed abundance into material bags, which I don't know whether it becomes something that's farmable, or whether it's limited to a certain amount of times per week, or what the crack is, but need to find out. This abundance thing also gives me the impression it could be something that is worthwhile being more geared at as well. Because you have like this tier system, you deposit more abundance to reach the next tier. You go in, you harvest things, you kill things. Then there's a, yeah, one of these things, a turn-in spot. This could actually be where a Guardian Druid plays out really well for this. Mass AoE. Then you turn your abundance in and it deposits it. You are on a bit of a time limit when doing this, look. You've got 2 minutes or 3 minutes in total. Need to collect 10,000 apparently to fill the altar. We got a minute left. There seems to be different ones of these as well. This seems to be a mining one. There's one for each profession type. Each gathering profession type, I should say. Let's go back to that altar. Kill these. We just go further. Should we just go deeper? There's another altar down here somewhere. Need to keep an eye on the time though, we've only got 30 seconds. As you increase your tier in here, one thing it does say, there's like pickup yard radius and stuff as well. I'm still only tier 1. 950. Still Still 950. Oh shit, I didn't go to a table. Oh no. Quick deposit. Okay. And then when you've completed it, abundant run, earned if an abundant token was spent upon entry. So there looks to be some way for you to... there looks to be some sort of limitation to doing like specific focused abundant runs, but you also seem to be able to do like practice runs, which I guess you can mass spam, kind of like delves and bountiful delves, I guess. Yeah, an event score. I got up to tier 2 of the buff apparently, which gives you a multiplier to your total score. I presume this is meant to do something. All it actually gave me was 1 Void Light Mile right now. So the reward system for this doesn't seem to have been properly implemented. But it's something you seem to be able to do semi-repeatedly if you wish.
Don't touch.
Although there's like abundant tokens, which are probably limited. These things, abundant token, look. Weekly maximum 8 out of 8. Total maximum 8 out of 8. So this is going to increase week by week as well. This is clearly some way to pace your progress again. On a delve-esque. Offered an abundance location to be rewarded with unalloyed abundance after the harvest. So maybe the unalloyed abundance you only get when using an abundant token. Now, it's classed as a currency, and it doesn't seem to have any way for me to dish it up to do an abundant run. I don't think. I only have... I can do the same thing again. But yeah, you've got incentive to sort of speedrun this a little bit. Wait, was that a regular node? Artisan Loni. Maybe let's kill all of the mobs around here. See what happens when we tap that. Requires midnight mining 25. Still don't get this system. I don't 100% get it yet, but it seems to just be like a gathering minigame. You know, something else for herbalists and miners to pay some attention to. I don't think most crafting professions are going to pay attention to it, because it only really benefits the gathering ones. Although enchanting is seemingly considered a... Oh, flipping hell. Enchanting is considered a gathering profession. Probably because of disenchanting. Abundant mining. Oh, for fuck's sake, stop spawning shit. I'm trying to... See what happens when we tap this node. Oh. Well, at the moment, nothing. Okay. See, there's a limit to how much abundance you can hold at any one point. You can only hold 1,500 at a go. You see how the number still seems to be the same from my last run? Now the number's going up. Probably focus on just killing this lot, shouldn't I now? Are you zoomed in? I'm guessing you're watching on mobile, aren't you? Yeah, for some reason it's kind of the screen's a bit off on mobile. So we didn't get much of a score that time because we didn't get a buff bonus. Your bonus seems to reset each round. But yeah, it doesn't really seem to be much to it for the moment. I mean, one Void Light Marl each time isn't something you're going to chase after, but this is your expansion-wide currency. I'm sure they'll add some extra value to this. I haven't figured out a way so far on how to get the unalloyed abundance, but presumably you have 8 tokens you can use per week, meaning you can do 8 abundance runs per week, and each abundance run, depending on how well you do, is going to give you some amount of unalloyed abundance, would be my assumption, which once you've bought your knowledge point books and bought your cosmetics and stuff, could be used in 100 at a time to exchange for goodie bags. There's a mount, Armani chicken you can get from it. Another 2 mounts to obtain. A toy, grow forth a bundle brimming with abundance. Follow Dun to run wild. 10-minute cooldown. Oh, so this creature you can get as a toy. And fused vitality crafting reagent comes from this abundance as well. So this maybe is where there is some value to this abundance system for non-gathering professions as a way to get this, which I've only seen this fused vitality used in a couple of professions so far. But you know, all of that sort of stuff is still to be calibrated. I've actually got a quest at the moment to do the abundant thing in each of the 4 zones. So I need to do it in the other 3 zones as well. Abundant Grotto. Complete. Abundant Void Burrow. Is this not the Abundant Void Burrow? I don't know. This quest is buggy. This whole system's buggy at the moment. So something to come back to week on week and just, you know, poke around with, see what happens. What's up now, doggo? She's not having a good day today. She has good days, she has bad days. She probably knows I'm going to look at a 4th dog later. She's like, please, human, no. 3 is enough. Where is this? Why can't I get to wherever you are? Aha, you in a cave? You're in a cave.
Let us speak. We will persevere. Melanora Aka, the strong of spirit, will always triumph.
Let Bud from the beasts to the north. These are all just side quests. This require us to go down here, maybe. What is down here? Should we explore either way? Ooh. A random portal that isn't working. Ominous. Preparing for battle. The risk for research. This is the world PvP area at the top here, which I've not investigated much. Even though I am in war mode, actually. Now we're level 90, we should be able to do it as well. Doesn't have a proper map yet, still. What have you got up here then? Win a duel against another player or the Masters Champion. A way to get some bloody tokens. Bunch of quests here. Contract of service. Collect 10 contracts of service of slain players in war mode. Some PvP activities. Enter war mode. Seize control of each of the void posts in Slayer's Rise. Is the little dog sat in your bed? Can you see this? Oh, flipping hell. Turned it onto the main camera and we don't have Doggo. Where's Doggo Cam? Where's Doggo Cam? Puppy Cam seems not to be working right now. Which could be why when it was redeemed earlier it didn't work. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. Trying to fix and change this stuff while we're live is also not a great idea. Okay, that webcam seems to not work. Has she nommed through a cable or something stupid? Okay, that's something else for me to test later. Fuck's sake. Oh, whoa, no, whoa, hold on, it came back. Whoa, Nelly. It came back. There we go. Okay, that's weird. That is odd. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Nothing beats some intermittent bullshit. Fucking done with intermittent bullshit. Enter war mode, collect some battle plans. Enter war mode, collect the golden card from a war supply crate. So, definitely a bunch of PvP stuff. Enter war mode, slay Hardin Steellock and bring me his head.
May your blades never dull.
Things to do. The Masters Champion. Is that you? Let's go, bitch. Oh yeah, friend. Is it just me or have you lost weight or is that a camera thing? I'm about the same as I usually am. I put weight on at Christmas and I put weight on usually at the end of the summer. Not by more than a couple of kilos though. Probably a camera thing. I appreciate it though. It could be the fact I've been ill for a week and probably not eaten anywhere near as many calories as I should have done. Probably an after-man flu. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm probably just shriveled and decrepit right now. War mode quartermaster. What's all this? 243 4 out of 6 veteran gear with the bloody tokens. Unironically, these cheeky quests might be a way to get some easy high item leveled gear on the beta.
Walk your own path.
50 void tainted remains. There's still too many void out in Slayer's Rise. Clear some out. All of these quests seem to have been added recently then, because these weren't available when I tested this zone on the beta. Placeholder quartermaster. Okay, it's clearly not totally finished yet. You're starting to blend in with your room though. You need a holiday to Australia to get a tan. I don't tan. I go from white as a sheet to burnt in about 20 minutes. Tanning is a myth. I'd take the holiday to Australia though, either way.
I greet you. The
Look
whispers
around
do
the
not
facility. Learn more about the shade tormenting. Oh, I wonder if this is where that tormentor's thing comes from. I wonder if it's PvP related.
question.
That'd be interesting.
Everything.
Maybe it comes from this event, this area. Right, what are we doing?
I greet you. Do not fear the shadows.
Cheers for stopping by, Goldson. Appreciate it. Enjoy your day, my man. Void post controlled. Can we go claim ownership?
The void gathers in great strength over
I know
here.
this is all
We would
PvP
be
related
wise to
stuff, but
disrupt them.
though it's standard capture the flag rules apply by the looks of things. Stand there, wait until it goes in your favour, right? That count as capturing it? Controlled, no. Dominar, escort to turn in. Void Zeal, what do you do? Zooms. Yo, there's mobs and shit out here now. What are you? Disrupt the battlefield. Herbs. Big old portal. Now, obviously, this place is completely different when there's other people trying to also kill you. This was, basically non-functioning when it hit the alpha a couple of weeks ago. Capturing void tainted remains. Oh, you would interrupt me, wouldn't you? Son of a bitch. Now winter started, even as a lifeguard starts to lose the tan. Yeah, but winter in Australia is like 25 degrees Celsius, right? Surely it's, surely winter in Australia isn't really winter. It's not even properly winter here yet, and it's like -4 outside. We're talking Celsius at least, anyway. Oh, I've got 4. I need 50. Oh, Jesus. Healthier just to paint the room than to get a tan. Yeah. But then, you know, the walls are already white. What colour do I go to make me look more tanned? Oh, there's lots of treasures out here that are going to keep distracting me, but they're going to be like random don't... Or, oh, tarnished, more tarnished gear. Clearly broken and clearly going to change, by the way. But a lot of the BOEs I've been finding are item level 192, and they all require level 80. Item level 201 requires level 80. I would imagine the item level requirement on these will change before live. Otherwise, they are busted OP BOEs to farm the first week. Considering 720 item level is about 120 after the squish. So 200 item level is like... This is 200 item level is level 90 gear, not level 80. this one? Random treasure. Extract power from the exposed Klaxi? Void Sting. Spit a glob of poison at the enemy. Oh, okay. What's this little shovel business talking about? Oh shit, what have we got here? Crit, mastery, primary stat, or haste? Primary stat. Ethereal crate. What are you? Ethereal energy. Oh, there's so much to this little mini event thing that I have no idea what's going on. Sorry, I'm very aware that it's like squirrels aplenty right now. Permanently going to try and do one thing and then end up doing something completely different, but... as I mentioned, now's the time to like spend time in the beta just figuring out what all the world does. So once we get cheat vendors, we know where our materials come from, we have a good understanding of where shit is going to be farmed, how it's going to be got. Then when we get the cheat vendors for professions, we can get a better understanding of, okay, this is going to be quite costly to make because it uses these materials, and this is going to be too cheap, and this is too expensive, and you can do better testing of the professions. What's going on with these swirly things? Don't know. I mean, I can change all of my color balancing and stuff. The lights, studio lights and things. I'm just not going to bother. I look slightly white, I look slightly white. Last time I checked, I am. Let me try and get this post. Best for doing this. Oh, can I unlock the final herbalism thing now? Because we've actually got enough points to do it now. I should probably... I'm tempted to... I know this sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I'm tempted to spin up another couple of herbalists and another couple of skinners just to get the weekly knowledge points done. I know farming weekly knowledge sounds absolutely ludicrous on the beta, but it's going to be the only way that I can like test herbing and mining like properly. Because even with cheat vendors, when we get cheat vendors turn up on the cheat realm, and the cheat realm doesn't allow you to go into the world. So the only way to actually properly test gathering professions is to do it. As weird as that sounds, to actually just properly go out and do it, pretend the game is live. Why have I got a camera all of a sudden? Ethereal picture mode. Taking selfies is more dangerous. I bet it is. Oh, PuppyCam works again. I wonder why it had a moment of heart attack. Oh, good timing. There's a Doge. Slightly off shot, but good timing. Do I have to wait until this gets right to the very end of the bar for it to, like, be considered a claim? I didn't think flipping ages. Where's this treasure while I wait? How's the one button rotation thing? It seems pretty chill. I know it sounds bad, but while I'm on the beta, I am literally only using classes and specs that it works well with. Like, there are many other people that are figuring out, like, how the classes work and feel and all that sort of shit. That's not for me. I just want to be able to play the game. And so, yeah, in that regard, the one button's very chill. I just have it on mouse wheel, and I just run around scrolling my mouse wheel. Now, do I do the best DPS? Absolutely not. But, like, that's not, like I said, it's not my goal right now. I have to say I'm quite the fan of the one button, to be honest. I don't care that it's like 20% suboptimal. Couldn't bother me in the slightest. Okay, you've got like 1 million health. You are not to be fucked with. You probably remember that some of this is designed for you to be doing it with a bunch of other people at the same time. I'm only clearing out all these treasures because I'm really hoping I'll stumble across a herbalism mining treasure in here somewhere. Spectral battle chest. Well, we gotta go get that, don't we?
The void
This is my kind of PvP though. Solo. Nobody else. My kind of PvP. Now, that's not an invitation for anybody to come and ruin my day, but... Yoink. Oh, hello. Oh! Oh! Interesting. Bloodstone. 60 conquest, 500 honor, 75 bloody tokens, a bulging coin purse, and a bloodstone. Well, these could be fun to farm for on multi-box, on low population shards. There's me thinking. Can we camp out a bunch of low population shards if we can get bloodstones? Because bloodstones are 5k a piece, pretty guaranteed, aren't they? Most of the season. It's like unbound spoils in the war within. Oh, 3 hours random zone. And they're always free-for-alls. Oh, okay. Kill behemoths or players. What are you over there? Void tainted meat? See, these are the little things that, you know, is the reason why we do this on the beta right now. Because otherwise, I now look at these infused heliotropes in a different light. I look at these now as being something that can both be bought with honor, can now be farmed from boxes out in doing this event, and will also be then listed and sold on the auction house for whatever their value is. So But, you know, if we hadn't come out and done this, if we hadn't poked around there, we might not have found that they pop out of a box. So now we know more about the material than we did before, helping us better understand how the professions play out. My lack of damage is actually offensive, though. Oh, have any of these quests I've been doing been considered world quests? They've been the standard zone ones. I should probably actually concentrate on finishing quests, shouldn't I? Because I wanted to do the this thing. Oh, hang on, am I dying? No. Yeah, the special assignment I need to unlock, because that will actually give me a piece of gear that's worth paying attention to. Chest has a cap of 10 people looting it, then it disappears. Okay. Still interesting to potentially farm for on a 5-box team. No. Shard to that low population realm. That realm where nobody PvPs. Get 5 tags on a box. Couple of bloodstones every time you find one. If it's really low PvP realms, you might not even need to worry about sitting and camping them. You just log the team on. If it's there, claim it. If it's not, move on. Right, those are entirely painful to kill. Oh, wait, what? Why have I got a bar all of a sudden? Looks like a treasure out in the distance. Don't miss the opportunity. What are you talking about? War supply crate. Oh, you're a rare as well. Where's the war supply crate? Squirrels, man. All the squirrels. Where is it? These were a source of recipes, weren't they, in the War Within? I wonder if that's going to be the same. At the moment, the recipes are just sold on a vendor. But my wonder is if they're going to add them to these boxes somewhere. I know at the beginning of the War Within, it was bugged, and if you got a tailoring recipe, sometimes it would give you all the tailoring PvP recipes, which was very lucrative when it happened. Oh, there she be. Grab this while I wait. Of course, I wouldn't possibly expect Blizzard to just copy and paste the same broken code from the beginning of last expansion. No, 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 no. More bloody tokens, more honor, more conquest. These things, galactic heraldries. Oh wait, scales to 613 item level. That's broken. That's not right. We've had a level squish, mate. Needed to collect this energy for something. Tooltip bug, already tested it, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Opened 11 today, no recipes or bloodstones yet. Bloody tokens. Yeah, with a hard accent. I don't think my English accent's that hard. Or should I say it's not hyper-regionalised? Now, I know everybody probably says this, but I think my English accent's relatively neutral. What are you? Ethereal energy trader. Hello. What do you want? Trade me, bitch. Ooh, what are these? Ethereal energy. How much of it do I have? When I farming this a minute ago. Town portals. Movement speed by a bunch. Immune to stuns. Dodge chance. Oh, these are all just direct PvP bonuses, aren't they? Even though I've lived in Finland for like a long time though now, I also don't feel as if I've lost my British accent. Although it's much softer these days than it was before I moved. Because I'm way more aware of like correctly articulating words. Because of course I need to bear in mind if I am talking to somebody, there's a strong chance that English is not their native language. And I understand just how difficult it is for me to understand Finnish with any sort of accent or dialect or localization. So I can totally understand when even people who think they're fluent in English hear some flipping Scouser or something, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, that's another language. Well, this is a cheeky way to kill the rare. At some point as well, boys and girls, I just want to get it out there. One thing we are probably going to need to do as a bit of a community for testing is figure out where the fuck all of the bonus skinning stuff comes from. Mail? Flipping out. We're going to need to figure out where we need to place the baits for all of the skinning stuff, because some good understanding of bait placement before the game goes live is going to be very useful. Now, there's a strong chance that that's the kind of information that will just kind of passively end up on Wowhead, but you know, being ahead of it is also useful. There's three majestic beast hide kind of things this time. So we're gonna need, instead of there just being just one single one to find, there's 3 to find, and they're all sort of important. They're all used quite heavily in crafting. They're also used in decor stuff, which is double interesting as far as I'm concerned. I can already tell you one of the locations for the bait. Oh, you found one. Okay, that's cool. People are already on it. Does that mean you've been doing fishing as well? Because I guess you have to fish up and craft your own baits right now as well, I assume.
Unchecked emotion leads to ruin. The whispers do not control me.
Gather 8 bone splinters. Oh, the shop. Got him. Oh, I see. I've been had. Been done like a kipper. Mr. Loot Fever, are you going to transfer your expertise in weak auras to add-ons by any chance? 201 back piece. It's an upgrade. That's male and I can't equip it. That's real stinky. I need Gathermate to be updated, basically, is what I'm getting at. I'd really like Gathermate to be updated, but I ain't got a Scooby how to do it. It's one of those things I could ask ChatGPT maybe, but it would take me flipping forever. I need whatever Gathermate does to track nodes on the minimap. I need a 12.0 upgrade. Double time. That way we can start getting an idea of what herbs turn up where. Start putting some roots together. See if some areas are better than others. It's not super duper mega important, but it's something that's on my list. If anybody has the expertise in how to either whip something up, or anybody knows who is in charge of the Gathermate add-on. Yeah, this is the beta, yeah. Had a raid leader that forgot that half of his team were from the Nordics. We just lost him several times. It's not so much the slang, but the dialect that makes it. Yeah. There are definitely some accents in English that are not friendly, even if you believe to be fluent in English. Because you're right, slang is just, oh, this word means that. You can, oh, okay, I can pick that up in 5 minutes, but it's when the pronunciation of whole words and sentences is completely wackadoodle. Completely not what you would expect it to be. Saying that made me realise that a phrase like wackadoodle is probably also a good example of saying something that's like, that's not even words. What are you saying? Right, I've actually not found a single treasure out in this zone today as well, for either herbalism or mining, so it's kind of confusing me a little bit. I found the particular lotus, and I don't think I found this in the void zone. So it makes me think that it's not quite so evenly distributed, that there's 2 treasures in each zone. It could just be that there's 8 treasures, go find them. Because I have a sneaky suspicion there's 3 in one of the zones. Obviously assuming there's 2 in each zone was how I approached this to begin with, but that is only an assumption. How are professions looking so far? We can't really test them very easily. There's no cheat vendors, so my opinions haven't really changed much from when we looked at them on the alpha. Basically being that they feel, for the most part, the same, just with big chunks of them cut out. You know, things like thaumaturgy not existing anymore. Unraveling has been removed from tailoring. Blacksmithing doesn't have its buff. Engineering doesn't have its invent buff. I can probably name 1 or 2 things that have just been straight removed. Maybe in the art of making things simpler, I don't know. It's not how I would have simplified them, to be honest. To me, that's just carving pieces out. You know, if you just chop off an arm, as the human form, it is technically simpler, having only 3 limbs, not 4, but it's not better. I kind of feel the same with the professions right now, that their simplification is just kind of like being to cut things off. Whereas the spec trees, the knowledge point system, the patron catch-up system, all of the things that I do genuinely think are actually kind of slightly confusing to some players, especially the newer players, are the things that they've just completely left as they are, which kind of weird to me, but engineering is weird, needs to scrap other materials like blacksmithing ingots in order to get the engineering mats. Yeah, engineering, I must admit, the only profession that does feel somewhat different is engineering. Obviously it makes baby sparks, which allows players to make endgame crafted gear at a lower item level without the standard need a spark problem. You can make crafted sparks this time. I think they're called Sparks of Beginning. I need to try and actually remember what their proper name is. I've just called them Baby Sparks ever since I found them. Plus the fact that engineering seems to be kind of like... So in essence, having a pocket engineer is going to be really useful if you want to level your professions to 100 quickly. And in fact, it might end up being the only way to level your professions to 100 quickly. Because you might once again get to about skill 60 and be like, shit, now what do I do? As we've had for 2 expansions. Crafting a bunch of baby sparks on your engineer character to then make a bunch of endgame crafted gear, getting you like 3 skill points each time, could very much be the expensive but deterministic way to get your professions to skill 100 quickly. Plus the recycling system, not recycling its own parts, but basically recycling any intermediate crafting component from any other profession is basically going to make engineering kind of... You're going to pair it up with something, and it's going to be paired up with whatever ends up being the cheapest intermediate component to make. So it's the only one that's kind of slightly interesting. But not interesting because I think it's going to make a lot of gold, just interesting because it is slightly different. Need one more piece of ichor. We're not focusing on the language, we're trying to get muscle memory to not die on the raid bosses. Brain only picks one learning zone, so short and simple instructions are really good. This is why it's interesting when you hear like Max or you hear Scripe, for example, doing their raid leading. They both seem to have similar raid leading techniques, both along those lines of that they keep the instructions very clear, very straightforward. Now, both Limit and Echo tend to act very differently, like between boss pulls and whatever. Echo tend to be quite more serious about it, whilst Limit are just kind of pissing around half the time, it feels. But maybe that is, I don't know, maybe that is a language thing, because of course Echo has players from all over Europe with God knows how many different native languages, whereas I would imagine most Limit players, English is their mother tongue. I don't know. I've always wondered how that kind of affects the race to world first. The fuck? Okay. Got me a chisel.
A new future. My fate is my own. Unchecked emotion leads to ruin.
Did I just shank his ass? That was less than expected. Take the early advantage, get the spoils. Is that another crate turning up? It is. Right, what time is it? Oh my god! I didn't realise what time it was. This is what happens when I'm just tinkering on the beta. Time flies. I was wondering why I was hungry. Now I know. Dogs are still pretty chill though, which is an advantage. It's going to be quite difficult to test the renowns, I think, properly, because not all of them seem to be implemented properly. Singularity, which is the renown for, or the reputation in this zone, you can get points in it, but you only get like 1 point for every quest that you complete. They've not balanced the points on this. So even though I have points with them and I can see the tree, actually unlocking anything is not happening. I think it's renowned 5 for the profession recipes from this zone. Contract, technique, floating void touch tome. I don't know what that is. Enchanting tool, ingenuity won't be used much, I don't think. Acuity of the Rendor Eye, weapon enchant, potion of recklessness, void elf rug, player housing, tailoring, player housing, I think. And then you may now find void touched spoils across the void storm, so that's like bonus treasures. You may now collect storm cores from the rare enemies out. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna get eaten alive again if I lurk round here. Move out the way.
Walk your own path.
Got Harandir to renown 6 for the herb knowledge, but it's still locked. Yeah, all of the renown stuff seems very, very, very early days.
Not control me.
Real early days. I mean, there's no interfaces for it. I barely think they've properly implemented anything for them yet. I got the Armani tribe up to renown 6. Harati, which is Harandir, I think, up to renown 3. Silver Moon I've got up to renown 7. Singularity barely started yet, obviously. How many days till live? Oh, we don't have a release date for midnight yet, but players are guesstimating end of February. Any knowledge from the Prey system? I've not looked at Prey in any detail yet. Prey is probably not going to have like profession stuff linked to it, I don't think, but I've not looked in great detail. You now may purchase the cores. Mount at renown 19. Cosmic Void Crate, Cosmic Void Summoning Crystal, and Cosmic Void Training Dummy. They're going to be player housing bits and pieces. Another mount at 17. Egmatic Fountain Toy. Additional storm cores. Pair of shoulders. Pet at 15. Abundance in the void. Void touched spoils in the void storm will now have additional rewards. Okay, so this is like tier 2 treasures. Again, at renowned 13. It seems to be pretty copy-paste across most of the zones. There's like tier 1 and then tier 2 treasures. Which actually, for trying to find these flipping profession knowledge points, I actually wish I hadn't unlocked the tier 1 treasures. Because now I only find those. Void Spy Hidden Knowledge. Alchemy Blacksmithing Engineer. Renown 9. That's higher than the other ones. Higher than the other ones, but still less than what we saw in The War Within, where they were like 12 to 14, weren't they? My suspicion is, though, is that you'll probably get to renown 10-ish just by lore mastering each of the zones. So it's kind of at your own... It feels very much like it's kind of at your own pace to... I don't think... Let me put it this way. I don't think profession-wise anything is going to get locked away outside of just effort. I don't think it's going to be time-gated. Because we've got recipes at 5, knowledge points at 6 here. Armani Tribe, recipes at 5, renown, profession knowledge at 6 again. Skinning, mining, leatherworking. Umin Zulaman. I should maybe go there actually and see if I can pick that one up, see if that's locked or not. Grab the mining one, potentially. Is it going to require... It's going to require a bunch of Moxie that I don't have. I kind of have, but don't have. I guess I can use the weekly ones. Five Moxie a go on these. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, still 7. Still 7 out of 8. I need to figure out exactly which one it is I'm missing, and go on a hunt for it. To be fair, though, I've not tracked the location of any of these anyway. So I mean, there's part of me that might just use them. Let's finish off doing some stuff out here. Have I unlocked this yet? No. I can actually tell I am definitely hungry because my my ability to focus on doing anything is worse than it is normally. It might be time to go get some food, you know. Oh, I've just realised I do need to switch my food schedule up a little bit today because we're going on a puppy play date with Alma later, which is going to clash aggressively with when I usually eat dinner. I am a creature of habit when it comes to food. All the squirrels. Every squirrel. I can't help it, I'm sorry. But yeah, just running around, tinkering, playing in each of the zones, doing the side quests, this sort of stuff. Slowly just builds up your knowledge bank of stuff about the game, which I didn't do much of in the alpha because we only... The alpha was weird because we basically got told, here's a zone, go play that zone. So you didn't have any context for a lot of what you were doing. Or at least I don't find that I'm able to test things like that. I much prefer to just like have the world and like go and explore and that sort of stuff. Start to put things together, you know, piece by piece. Now the beta's out though, and blessing in disguise without having cheat vendors to basically steal all of my attention just trying to figure out the leveling paths and stuff for professions. Without those cheat vendors, it does give me the opportunity to go out and just poke around in the game a little bit. I eat at 9, 12 and then 4:30 and I get angry if I'm late by even 30 minutes. Yeah, it's funny, right? My schedule is not basically because I'm particularly strict about it, but my schedule is very heavily based upon my four-legged friends. Their routine means everything to them, and if we stray from their routine, even by half an hour, we know about it. Which is why, you know, I have to get up at roughly the same time every day. We go on dog walks, they get their breakfast, and hopefully by 11 o'clock when I start my stream, they're entertained, fed, walked, they're ready to just like chill and reset their batteries and do this. But in about 25 minutes, all of them are going to wake up and start deciding it's time for dinner. So maybe I should go and grab myself some food as well. Installing Windows 11 and new GPU drivers. Wish me luck. No blue screen yet. I had a weird bug with Windows 11. I did a fresh install of Windows 11 and fresh GPU drivers. And a weird thing that happened is that I had to like click on a window like 3 times for it to actually focus on the window. And apparently that's quite a well-known Windows 11 bug. Turned out it was the Discord overlay going crazy again. Installing Windows 11 is already grounds to wish you my condolences. I don't poke around with... I used to be quite elitist when it came to operating systems. You know, I QQ'd on Vista back in the day and thought XP was goated and this sort of stuff, but these days I don't actually do anywhere near enough with Windows as an operating system to really care or even notice the difference between half of them. This PC I have now is Windows 11. My other PC is Windows 10, and it won't let me upgrade it to Windows 11 because the hardware's too old in it. But I'm going to be brutally honest, I barely notice the difference between either of them. But yeah, I'm rambling now. Boys and girls, I think I am going to leave it there for now. I'm going to go get me some food. We're slowly amassing materials. We're slowly amassing like understanding of how things are going to work. We'll tinker for most of this week, I reckon, on the beta. There'll be a new build later in the week, I would expect. It'll be fun to see what comes with that, if they change anything, if they add anything. I mean, obviously, we keep our fingers crossed for cheat vendors. That gives us the ability to properly play with professions, but till then, we tinker, we explore. Boys and girls, thank you for stopping by. Apologies that we've had, like, flipping stream die again and had to reboot it. I'm slowly figuring out these tech issues. I'm going to whip out this graphics card and put my old one back in, though, if it keeps up doing it. But yeah. Anyway, go enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by. We'll be back tomorrow, if not Wednesday. Tomorrow might be used... that's actually a really good point. I might use tomorrow as a bit of a day to get some admin kind of stuff done. I need to make sure that as I'm learning stuff on the beta, I'm documenting documenting stuff as well. Otherwise, there's no point learning it because I forget it. That requires me to, you know, put some pen to paper. Some of that might happen tomorrow. That means you might find me lurking in the Discord, but it's 50-50 whether there'll be a stream. Also, I'm still getting over this man flu situation. My voice is kind of cooked, as you can tell. But yeah, I am absolutely rambling now. I definitely need food. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Peace.